All right, the one person I love hating on the most. WoW's loot has changed a lot. It has changed so much it's unrecognizable. Let's see what Bellular has to say. Oh wait, let's see what the comments are saying before that. Again, I have to add, it wasn't rare loot, but man, bring back Ulduar hard modes, okay? I like the very rare idea. I think back to seeing rogues with warglyphs in BC and being in awe and it making me work hard to get them myself. This talk applies to so many areas of life, even outside of a raid team. Cheers, friends. Well said, /bow. They might increase the longevity of player expectancy on loot if the crafting professions can make yeah, sure. The heroic level gear, even mythic 0 weaponry and gear and nothing further than that. That would be enough reward to tease players into mythic plus and raiding with less backlash on useless professions and misleading loot drop rates. One of many opinions in the pile. I mean, the only useful professions currently are cooking, alchemy, and enchanting. By far. Now, technically, because of the grindstone stuff like that, you can say that blacksmithing too, and there's also like the inks or some shit like that, which is inscription. But that is going away. So, like, as far as Dragonflight is concerned, alchemy, enchanting, and cooking by far the only useful professions. Everything else shit. But anyways, this is not about professions. This is about the loot changing a lot.
Wahoo.
Let's see what this is about.
Bing, bing, wahoo. There is a
Bing,
new section
bing,
that's
wahoo.
been added to loot tables for the new raid in World of Warcraft, and this is the very rare section. As
Yeah, how about tell me the percentage?
you can
Fuck
see
it.
here, where we've got Nethralax, Enemy of the Sky. Now, here's the deal. That thing has got, I think it's like 7 item levels higher. I think
Okay.
it's 405, and I think those other items are 395. But here's the deal. Blizzard has a new subcategory of loot. Now this, if it existed in Shadowlands, would have included the Sylvanas bow, Sylvanas daggers, those just one-off really cool items. So Blizzard, you know, they've got the regular loot table, as you can see, you know, up here. But they want to pepper in.
Does the very rare have an extra loot slot? So for example, a boss drops 4 items, right? Will this boss, when this procs, drop a 5th item, or will it replace one of these guys? That's the question.
Just more special rare items. This isn't Titan Forging. It's just literally some rare loot. You know, almost like a little micro legendary. It's something they're doing to spice up the loot tables, make it so that, you know, if you're kind of clearing through a raid again.
I honestly, I hate this. I'll straight up, I'll tell you right now, I hate this. Straight up. I feel like this is dumb as fuck.
Again and again, there is a chance you can get, you know, the rare little bit of loot.
It's not Titan Forging, it faces the same problem as Titan Forging. You have 2 hunters in the raid, one of them would get lucky. And for the whole tier, a second one will not drop. Will it feel good for the one hunter? Yeah. Will the other hunter be the first one letting go if they don't need a hunter? 100%. If you have 4 hunters, 3 have this bow, the other one never got his chance, never got lucky with the roll. You know? I feel like this is dumb. No, I misclick.
Bing, bing, wahoo. You can see, you know, up here.
Straight up don't like this.
But they want to pepper in just more special rare items.
This is the reason I'm saying this is like Titan Forging. It's not even because of that. It's because, what's it called? This is literally playing the lottery on hardcore. That's all it is. You're just still playing the lottery. Makes absolutely no sense to do it.
Titan Forging. It's just literally some rare.
And their mentality, by the way,
almost
this
like-
is sorry, I don't even know why I keep like fucking pausing and going. Their mentality on loot hasn't changed, and that is the biggest problem with WoW. WoW's biggest problem is not gameplay. WoW's biggest problem was not raids or Mythic Plus. WoW's biggest problem always has been acquisition of power. Be it secondary power, be it loot, doesn't matter. WoW's biggest issue by far is always acquisition. Adding more RNG to your loot is not good. This is the same mentality that they used with Warforged and Titanforge, where in their head, well, it would be cool if somebody would get something Warforged. Well, you know what's not cool? Not getting something Warforged. That is not cool. This is the same mentality as Bethany Gear in BOA. And BOA. Jesus Christ, BFA. This is the same mentality as BFA with Bethany Gear. Well, my Bethany Gear did not get a socket. I have to keep grinding the Bethany Gear and re-roll the same fucking boots, the same fucking pants, the same fucking chest until I get a socket. This is all it is. You're not adding excitement to the loot. You're adding resentment, I would say. You're adding resentment to people not getting the loot. And that's what I feel like WoW devs do not get. And that's why also Dragonflight, in my opinion, is going to have the same fucking problems as Shadowlands. Oh, but it doesn't have secondary power. It doesn't have covenants. It doesn't fucking matter. The loot in WoW sucks ass. Sorry, not the loot itself. The acquisition of loot sucks ass. You cannot Okay, let's say you play a Red Paladin, okay? Red Paladin, let's say, for example, Legion was probably the best time. You had really 3 different builds for Red Paladin. You could go, like, high crit, high mastery. You could go high mastery, high haste. Or you can go, like, I think it was, like, a 15 crit, 20 haste, and, like, 40% mastery, some shit like that. And then there was, my favorite was high haste, medium mastery, and like 20% crit. It was like 20% crit, 33% 33 to 36% haste, and the rest is mastery. And I love that gameplay. You know what sucks though? It is extremely hard to get gear to try and optimize your character the way you want to with secondary stats. It's not like I can be like, well, now I'm gonna try this build. No. For the vast majority of the patch, you will be stuck playing the build that you got lucky to get the drops for. Okay? And it's very hard because they remove reforging. It's very hard to get the stats you want and the proper items. So what everyone does is they just go to Icy Veins or Wowhead and whatever, or they watch a guide, or they go to, what's it called? Like some simming site, and it's like, what are my best in slots? And they just go for that. They cannot explore the character because Blizzard does not even allow you to explore different builds unless you play the game all the time. And then you see people making contents like, I tried this build and this is how it went, and this is why it's not good, or this is fun, right? I can perma freeze some, I can perma slow, I do no damage, but I can permanently slow them, right? Some dumb shit like that, right? I can be the most obnoxious rogue, here's the build. But you can't do that because you cannot get gear for that, right? You only can get gear for the stuff that is like best in slot because you don't have time to get all the fucking gear for everything else.
Like a little micro legendary. It's something they're doing to spice up loot tables.
Garbage design.
You know, if you're kind of clearing through a raid again and again and again, there is a chance you can get, you know, the rare little bit of loot. So overall, I think that's probably a good thing. And also, just for a quality of life point of view, putting this under the very rare section, that's important because that impacts player perception. Because now players will see this.
Because now the player who gets it will be like, yes, I finally got it. The player who doesn't be like, well, I'll never fucking get it because it's a once in a lifetime drop.
Oh, okay. This is a special, different thing.
I should not expect it.
Yeah. That will make the boss feel a little bit more memorable, a little bit more noteworthy. So I think it's a pretty reasonable thing. And I also like how in codifying this as a system, Blizzard now has a bucket to throw ideas into. Yeah. If they just have an idea for, and there's a few other ones, right? There's like some rings that have got a fire effect. So if they just have ideas for a cool piece of loot, think of Crucible of Storms in Battle for Azeroth, in BFA, which had just a few cool like little sets, cool bits of green text and some items. It was really neat shit. Yeah, hey, it just makes loot interesting.
No, it doesn't.
I think loot when it looks like this, that is more interesting than, you know, the Titan forging and all of that.
You know what made loot interesting? Reforging. Reforging made loot interesting because then you could play with loot. This makes loot annoying as fuck. This makes loot feel like Warforged and Titanforge again. Right? The reason the Warglaves of Azimuth were such a fucking like great item is, first of all, it was Illidan's, so it had meaning to get them. Second of all, it made you look really fucking cool. And third of all, they were viable throughout the rest of the expansion. This shit with 7 item levels higher ain't gonna be viable for shit. I understand making this towards like on the last raid, 1-2 last raid, whatever, then it's fine. Making on the first raid when you know this is gonna be hot shit, like hot garbage, like hot fucking potato, as soon as the next patch comes out, just makes you feel like you wasted your time trying to get this or wanting this at all. To the point where like, okay, have you ever tried to get a certain item? Like, for example, probably the most known item in Shadowlands was the, what was his name? ISQ, IQS or something. Indestructible Quantum Device, IQD, I think, right? The trinket from the Muezala dungeon. And you've been farming your Mythic 15s all the time to try and get it in the vault. And then you finally get it. A week before the patch patch launch, the next patch. So now you have to get it again. And then you don't get it for the next patch. And then the next patch comes out. Like, you've been grinding it regardless for the whole patch. You just didn't get it. Then the next patch comes out, and you're like, wow, I just wasted the whole of the last patch trying to get that fucking item, and it's already irrelevant. Except that now you have to grind again, obviously, because the new patch is out. That is one of the worst fucking feelings ever. You literally are told you just wasted your time getting something that completely has no value. That is not a good design. Making loot so fucking hard to get is not good design. Even though the one player might feel fucking happy that he got it, right? Think about it this way. Let's say this is a 1%, 2%, fuck it, 5% drop chance compared to like these ones are 20%, right? This is 5% drop chance. It means 5 out of 100 players will get this, given that there's even a hunter in the group to get it. 5 out of 100 players. 5 players will be kind of happy. 95 players are really not gonna be fucking happy. Every fucking run, you are literally making more people unhappy than you're making the people who will get this happy. And even the people who are happy to get this are not happy once they realize that this item is useless. Super fucking dumb design.
That stuff. Because now it's not just, oh, wow, this bit of loot is randomly incredible. No, instead it is, this is the rare bow that dude has. I think that's very different to just having a broad systemic.
Right, before I continue real quick. This was at 220-ish. In different shape is still one of the worst. Still one of the worst design choices they ever had. It is still a garbage design for any loot. Still a reason people will be unhappy. Way more issues. I'll still do that.
Titan forging.
I don't want to go into like a whole
Everything.
fucking thing there, but yeah, there's a lot I can say about this, as I have been during the reaction.
UX design 101.
Yeah. See, here's the thing, Vlad. Bad idea. Raid leaders will force people to pass those to leaders just because they consider themselves better. Vlad, if you're playing, like, no, fuck off, fuck, dude, no, don't do that.
Yeah, that's going to happen, and that's why you say, "Fuck you, raid leader. I'm going to play someone else."
Yeah, you just say, "Suck my dick, you bastard." There you go.
What?
Do that.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing, Vlad. Bad idea. Raid leaders will force people to pass those to leaders just because they consider themselves better.
Yeah. Yeah. And what he's about to say?
Vlad, if you're playing, like, no, fuck off, fuck, dude, no, don't do that.
Yeah, that's going to happen, and that's why you say, "Fuck you, raid leader. I'm going to play someone else."
Yeah, you just
Oh, okay, because it's that easy. It is that fucking easy to find a new guild doing the same fucking content that does not do that. Give me a fucking break. These guys live in such a dumbass fucking bubble. If you're a mythic prog, if you're a mythic raider, like not necessarily cutting edge, if you're a mythic raider, first of all, very hard to find a guild that is good with the times that you have, okay? A lot of them do like Tuesday, Thursday, whatever. But what if you're like a Friday, Saturday kind of guy? There's like maybe 1 to 2 guilds per massive server that do a Friday, Saturday raid, okay? Very, very fucking rare. Well, these guys tell you to pass on it, to give it to the better players. Well, I guess you should probably jump ship. Bro, there's not a lot of ships out in that fucking ocean, okay? This is such an unrealistic take. We'll just jump ship because they want to pass the better loot to the better player. Yeah, just get better. You know what would solve this problem? Not having this problem to begin with.
You just say, "Suck my dick, you bastard." There you go. You could just say that or whatever.
It is so much easier to replace a player than it is to replace a fucking guild. Just saying.
Because here's the thing, it's not Master Looter anymore. They cannot force you to trade something.
Yes, they can. Of course, they can force you to trade something. It's not even trade something. They can force you to pass on something. And if you don't pass, you're a ninja looter who takes an item that the guild agreed will go to someone else. You didn't pass on it. You needed it. You got the role. Congrats, you're out of the guild. And guess what? Any guild you're gonna apply to, people from your previous guild are gonna tell the others that you do not abide by loot rules for the guild, and that person is not gonna get a good time. Is not gonna have a good time joining other guilds. Get the fuck out of here. Do you guys even play this fucking game?
Yep.
If you get that and your raid leader says, trade that, well, okay.
You click need. Job's done.
You click need, they literally can't force you.
Oh my god, bro. I can't, man. I can't. I have to, man. I have to. These two clearly don't play the game like anyone else. They live in their own little bubble of friendship. It is way easier a player than it is to replace a guild, especially if the ordinary, if your hours of availability are out of the ordinary. If you do need an item, will not only be replaced, you will also be stocked. Not stocked, but like you will also be reported to every guild you apply to, and you will end up applying to, and will be marked as ninja looter or player who doesn't abide by guild loot rules. And good fucking luck getting into another guild of the same level as you were in. This mostly applies to mythic raiding, which these two know absolutely nothing about such delusions. So delusional. This take actually got me fuming. Legit. Fucking
Now,
idiots.
it could perhaps be that your team had pre-agreed. I don't know, maybe you're still running DKP. I don't think anyone's really doing that.
Doesn't matter.
But, like, if someone is just being a total cunt, fuck them, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually the thing. And, you know,
That's
maybe
not
this is
even,
just the thing.
that has nothing to do with being a total cunt. We have two hunters. One is overperforming the other. One is more reliable. One is always there. Hasn't missed a raid night in his life. Fucking missed his birthday to come to raid. The other one, maybe he's not as adamant. Maybe he just doesn't put as much effort. Maybe he doesn't have as much time. Maybe he's like, you feel like he would be less reliable. It doesn't matter the reason. One hunter is usually more reliable than the other. That hunter has prio on some loot. That's just how guilds work. The guy who will benefit the guild the most will get the loot first. That's how it is. However, yes, sometimes like, well, a male chest piece dropped, the one hunter got it. The next leg piece that drops will go to the other hunter. That's fine. There is some equality. But when it comes to a very rare loot, there is no fucking equality. The best hunter will get the best loot first and foremost. And even then, one hunter got the chest piece first. The reason he got the chest piece first because he's the better hunter. Even though the next item that drops goes to the other hunter, all except the very rare loot, because the very rare loot is not gonna fucking drop. Same with what happened with Warforged Titanforge. Guess what? There are two different paladins in my raid. One is holy, one is red. I am the red. Guess which one is less needed for the raid? The red. I have 3-piece set. Holy Paladin has 4-piece set. Okay? Holy Paladin had normal raid shoulders. I had no shoulders. We did heroic. Titan forged, shoulders dropped. Guess who got the shoulders? I would get a 4-piece, but he would get a Titan forge upgrade for his shoulders. Holy Paladin got the shoulders. Instead of giving it to the red paladin to have a 4-set bonus to increase the damage substantially, Holy Paladin is just more important to the raid. Did I quit that grade? Oh man. I made them suffer the way I quit the raid, because when they were progressing on the third boss, the Naga guy, in the Mythic Tomb of Sargeras, I said like, hey, I can't raid today. I got other plans. And I was raiding with a completely different guild, which I joined later, and they were progging the same boss, and guess what? We killed that boss. Because I fucking remembered. It took, I got my shoulders later on, okay? I got normal shoulders later on, which I had to pog for, okay? And then, on the day of that prog, I found this guild like a couple weeks before, and I told them like, yeah, whatever, and then I raided with them 2 weeks after. We killed that boss on the second try, because I'm not a fucking idiot. Meanwhile, my guild was wiping on that boss the whole fucking night. Later I found out that they were, because we killed him like, we started the raid at 9 p.m. My guild also started at 8, my previous guild starts at 8 p.m. We killed it literally like within 2 tries. They were still wiping on it. As soon as I killed him, not even a word, I got kicked out of the guild. Right away. Now, I knew one of the officers in the guild. Still a friendly guy. I chat with him sometimes. Very rarely, but I do. And he told me that they didn't clear that boss that night. It took them like... they cleared it like the night after, but like they didn't clear it that night. And they attribute the blame to me. Like, bro. And the funniest thing, that officer told the guild, like the loot master and the guild master, this is a bad fucking choice, because I was there all the time. I was putting in effort. I had one of the highest mythic plus IOs or whatever. Like I just had I was doing the highest mythic plus in my guild at that time. Had one of the highest item levels. I was outperforming as a red paladin. I was top 3 DPS all the time as a red fucking paladin doing Sargeras. That's fucked up, okay? And they passed the shoulders. Bro, the officer right away told him, this is a very bad fucking idea what you just did, and good luck keeping him. That, like, right away, he knew, that was it, man. And I already had problem with some loot distribution, but wasn't that bad. But once I got ninja'd, yeah, get the fuck out of here.
I think people need to stop.
And the other thing is, the reason I was able to find a different guild that fast, first of all, it was Tomb of Sargeras, very popular raid. Was beginning of Tomb of Sargeras. Okay, so not that hard to find people who need to be replaced. And again, it was a very popular expansion. There were, and I played on like one of the biggest servers. I played on Zul'jin, one of the biggest horde servers. Like I think it's like the third, second or third highest horde server. So it wasn't that hard. But if you're playing on not a massive server like Zul'jin, yeah, good luck finding a new raid.
Fucking being so fucking beta with social shit. If someone's being a cunt, tell them to fuck off, man. Like if
you're being a cunt,
like,
Bellular.
Oh, we can't do this. We can't do this because a raid leader might be mean. If your raid leader's mean, get a different fucking raid leader. Because if a raid leader is a turbo cunt all the fucking time and they drive their raiders away, well, now the raid leader doesn't have any raiders, right? Like you're probably in a shitty guild.
It is not oral. Okay. Some think it is, but I don't think it is. I think it's a bad idea to say that it's Blizzard's responsibility to provide the tools to protect you from.
It's not their responsibility to provide tools. It's their responsibility not to offer tools to hinder you. Oh my god, man. I don't know why. I really should not watch these videos. It isn't Blizz's responsibility to protect you from the evil raid leaders. It is their responsibility not to arm the evil raid leaders. This type of loot is ammunition to more frustration.
People like that in an MMO.
These guys are so cool.
They should have tools for you to deal with them after the fact, but it's not for them to protect you.
No, they shouldn't have tools. Nothing. This possibility should not be there. It's not even about protecting you. It's about not offering the possibility. This has nothing to do with protection. This has everything to do with them making certain changes in the game that allow people to take advantage of in a malicious way. This has nothing to do with them protecting you. It's like, hey, listen, look, we have cops, and we already said that murder is not legal, and like you will be prosecuted and sent to jail for a very long time. But at the same time, here are free guns and ammunition, and let me put the person that just fucked your wife in front of you and put an a loaded gun right next to you, right here, within arm's reach, and this guy literally just fucked your wife. Hey, listen. I mean, I'm sorry, like, we told you, like, we have cops, and, I guess maybe you shouldn't have fucked his wife, and you shouldn't have used the gun. Yeah, but he did fuck his wife because the possibility was there. And he did shoot his gun because the possibility was there. Remove the fucking possibility. Stop fucking adding. Stop giving ammunition.
Happening because that's like sheltering experience.
I can't.
Want that to happen,
the problem. I hope like that example was enough, because man, like I am actually fucking pissed off at how clueless these two guys are. when it comes to loot. Like, legit, I expect more from Matt, who plays Final Fantasy and understands how much better. And like, I'm not even, like, this is not even comparable. Loot in Final Fantasy has its problems. It is still 1,000 times better than what it is in WoW. WoW can give you customization, but doesn't give you the possibility to even acquire the items for you to customize yourself.
Typically in your game, you want to have a whole wide array of good and bad experiences.
Yeah.
And then you go, well, be a big boy and deal with conflict. Like,
so
it's only online.
It's an MMO. Yeah, that's the ultimate thing about an MMO.
Well, what was it Tyler the Creator said?
It's only a game. Time is time. You, like, Bellular made a fucking video about time. Time is still time. If you feel like your time is not being respected, you will start hating whatever it is that's not respecting your time. Be it the raid leader, be it the other fucking hunter, be it the fucking design of the game, be it the development team, be it the fucking game itself. If you feel like people are wasting your fucking time, which is the same, it doesn't matter if it's in an online scenario or it's in real life, time is fucking time. Stop wasting it to other people. That's not even a fucking sentence. Stop wasting other people's time. Like, oh, I'm so smart. Like, fuck, man, these guys are
just
fucking
close your eyes and walk away.
mute.
Fucking phone down, bro.
Yeah. I mean, there are realities to it where, you know,
Yes.
you're in a social in-group that's a very real social in-group, and someone's like, you know, someone's threatening your place in that social in-group for loot. That case, yeah.
Probably not an important social in-group if the raid leader's acting like
It
that.
could be, and the raid leader is one of the...
Dude, these guys are focusing on the raid leader so much. It has nothing to do with the raid leader.
is the outlying element. That
Oh
can be
my
true, where
God.
you can be there with all your mates, but then you have to organize a way to get all your mates out.
So
Basically.
here is my advice.
Shut. Oh,
When this happens,
please.
get your bow. I want you to pull your phone out, hit the video record button, point it at your screen, and just go like this. Ew! As you right-click on the item. Then send that to your computer, upload it to Catbox,
Yep.
and put that link into your raid chat.
Yeah.
And just type in, "Suck my dick, you bastard."
But don't type that in game because you'll get banned.
Balls.
Yeah.
Just say,
And you will never find another raid group for the next for that fucking raid for at least a few months. There was one paladin. This is the funniest thing. There was one paladin. He was a trial. We got through the trial. He became like one of the holy paladins on the main roster. We gave him, because he was behind on loot, we gave him 3 items to catch up as fast as he can. We bought him a BOE. Okay. This guy, just after 2 weeks, just decided not to show up to the guild. Like, he left on when no one was online, he left the guild. No one knew about this. No one realized that he left, right? Like, I guess we didn't look at the chat or something. I don't know if it even appears in the chat, but no one knew he left. Raid time comes up, and then they realize that he's no longer in the guild. They're like, what the fuck? They found him. He got into a new guild with his buddies or whatever. And I don't know if it was even his buddies or whatever, because we got him kicked out of that guild because we found the guild that he was in. We talked to the guild leader and told him what the fuck happened. He kicked the guy out. To the point, by the way, this guy, the reason we found him is because he had a Twitch stream, right? So a few guildies found his Twitch, saw the thing. The funniest thing, he changed his character name. We still found him because we knew the stream name. He had to change his stream name and his character name twice. And then we still found him. Not me personally, but people in my guild still found his stream. He didn't stream. I don't even know if he streams now, but he didn't stream for like a month because of us. Probably because of us. I can't say for sure, but he didn't stream for like a month and we didn't find his new character, if he changed the name or whatever, like nothing. So he probably changed the name again, changed the stream name again or something like that. But the guy could not get into a guild for the longest time. This shit is very fucking serious, okay? People are very vindictive. If you pull some shit on them like this, where you listen to this, God, I'm trying like so hard not to say bad words. If you listen to Bellular's advice, you will not be blacklisted by people very fucking fast. People talk. And yeah, again, this is not like classic WoW, the go small community, but trust me, people have a lot more access to whoever they need to get to in order to make your life a living hell if they need to, if you deserve it. Do not listen to this guy's advice.
Nasty fellow.
Yes.
Gosh darn you.
Yes. Say.
Send them the video.
Yeah. Just say sorry.
And
this
yes,
loot
it is just loot, but it is the fucking principle of it. And this problem would not even occur if the loot wasn't there.
is mine according to the game systems. Have a good day. Goodbye. And then put 7 smiley faces at the end.
Oh, that yeah.
Idiots.
Yeah.
Because
But
that's the thing I really like. I really like that there's no matter how you look at it, there is no customer support rep and no AI chat reading bot is going to know how passive aggressive and sarcastic you are. So that's the new tool online. You can't just call people actual bad things. You have to call them very nice things and add an upside down face.
Yeah, and Blizzard in no way could ever ban you for that, because after a game of Overwatch 2, if you type in easy, or like if you do any, like BM, like Overwatch has just this like default text that's just like, I am very sad and angry. So Overwatch will literally roast you if you try to be BM. So that, yes, should be like, what is it that they say when they don't want to say Jesus? Or they say Jesus H Christ. I've never understood why there's a H. I think it's because they want to make it like a different dude, so that it's like technically not blasphemy. And it's like, we all know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I guess the point there I'd say is, it's okay to be a self-advocate. And
that's a very good way to put it. A self-advocate.
Yeah. Be a self-advocate. Like, if people are not treating you well, don't seethe. Like, don't just sit there and...
This is not even about being treated unwell. This is about fairness in the gear. And the best player will get the best gear. And unfortunately, this is very rare loot that you're not gonna get. Because you're not the better player. Or the one who has the most time to play. Or the one who's most consistent. But you're still there. You're still participating. And guess what? Because of your life choices, you cannot participate as much. You're not as well known. You're not as socially active as the other one. Guess who's gonna get the loot? Not you.
Oppressed and feel like the fucking weight of them is on you, right? Don't do that. Just be a self-advocate.
Fight back?
You can, fight back. You can actually just find.
Just try a ninja. And here's the funniest thing. When you try the need roll, regardless, and you end up losing it, not only do not get the item, you're also going to get kicked out of the guild or like be replaced as soon as possible. And you will still be not directly harassed, but you would still be reported to any guild that you go to, because people will still tell them he tried a ninja loot, that's why we kicked him out.
A better group of people. As long as you have all properly agreed to the loot rules beforehand, none of this should ever be a problem. And I guess this is what's always ticked me off about the whole, like, but one person could be a dickhead in the game. Therefore, we have to make this the Fisher-Price version of the game system. Where no bad think, no bad thought, not a single bad thing can possibly happen. Right? Like, it's almost the same overly protective, bizarre thinking that Blizzard had whenever... remember Battle for Azeroth, when for PvP gearing? Like, the PvP gearing was...
yeah, they turned it into rations.
Yeah, it was you just be like, please, Mr. Hesychostus, I've filled my bar. Can I have a ration ticket to get some gear, please? Because they didn't trust you with just getting conquest points and purchasing the bit of gear that you wanted, depending on your own, personal situation. They just decided, well, if there would be an optimal way to purchase gear, how about we just give you a piece of gear every week preset? And that's just like that over...
Which you don't need.
Almost call it like nanny state game design. which I think if you do
But yeah, but that nanny state game design was actually one of the worst fucking things they did with PvP gearing, because most of the loot you got there you didn't even need. Oh my god, bro. That wasn't nanny design. That was, I don't even know what it was. An overprotective mother who poisons her child in order for the child to not leave home?
do that way too much, I think you just create like a weird thing where players are thinking, a very entitled sort of entitled thing. So yeah, basically, I know it's like a little bit of a rant, but
I'm entitled to be rewarded for my time spent in a game. Yes, I am entitled. I'm sorry. That is one entitlement I will not give away. I am entitled to be rewarded for my time spent, especially in a game.
I really think that
This is what happens when a player who played with the same people for the last 10 years cannot relate to like the 98% of players who play the game. People in your guild are strangers. They don't owe you shit. As cooperative as you want to make it, they're strangers. And they form their own little cliques inside of a guild, okay? Everyone can be friendly to one another, but they have their own little cliques. That's society. I don't think this guy understands this concept, because he's been with the same fucking people for 10 years, and I think most of his guild works for him at this point.
like the whole master loot discussion all over again.
Yeah.
It's like, if you have a problem with master loot, then don't use master loot. Or don't play with dickheads.
One.
You have a problem with Master Loot? Don't play with Master Loot? Yeah. Okay. Okay, tell that to a prog guild, please.
person or a theoretical bad experience is not worth all the good experience it enables.
Yeah, that's
it.
Oh
There
my
are times
God,
where that
no.
makes sense in the real world, where it's like very bad experiences, but it's a fucking video game. It's like how.
But exactly, it's a fucking video game. So why are you even why are you even making these negative choices, like negative possibilities? Why are you why are you giving ammunition to the negativity? And the other thing is, because it is a video game, because it is online, because it is not interpersonal relationship, people can be way more malicious for a lot less risk.
How bad is a bad experience? Just close your eyes and walk away from your computer, or join the guild. Like, it's not worth the damage you'll do.
Oh, someone hurt you in the game? Just stop playing the game. Yeah, bro, that is the solution. Yeah. Good job, Matt. Fucking nailed it. Jesus Christ, these guys are so fucking.
Everyone else experienced that.
all right. So anyway, this is nice for loot, and I'm feeling good about the state of loot. I think it's going to be very interesting going through the 3
Hard
tiers
to calm
of item level
down.
within a single
Goose
rated
brava.
That'll be kind of interesting. So I guess I'm just going into it with an open mind. All right, hopefully you'll feel a bit better than I have.
Yeah.
Another thing, so
Your
this
open
was-
mind has
this
helped
was
you so
funny.
much these
This
last
kind of
few
exploded a little bit on
expansions.
Twitter.
Yes.
There was a beta build which let you put weapon illusions
I don't care
on
about that.
artifacts. And then the next beta build,
Yeah, that's fine, whatever. It's like you'll be able to put weapon enchants and artifacts. Whoop-de-doo, good job. That's great. The weapon enchants don't look anywhere near as good as Guild Wars, but whatever. Honestly, who gives a shit? I mean, that's cool, but who cares? WoW's loot has changed a lot! A lot, guys! Fucking a lot! Give me a fucking break, man. I'm so fucking done. Don't even like, don't even comment, don't even subscribe. Fucking pissed off as it is. Jesus Christ. I lost brain cells listening to these two content creators talking about something they're clearly clueless about. But it's their opinion, they're entitled to it. They just underestimate the game, basically, and the people in it. But yeah, fuck off.